What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of my CD collection. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video. I have a few announcements to make though. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do a lot more views, more views these days. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm at least trying to do at least 6 to 8 reviews a month. Cause like I've just been like busy as hell, with school and music and all that. And I've just been like observing more things lately too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do a lot more views, a lot more spit knowledge, a lot more. Definitely gotta, do some more like review. I definitely gotta review movies and TV shows. I know I've been saying that for almost a year now, but I just been busy with school. And all of a sudden, I'm just gonna do those things. Next thing you know, what else? Oh yeah, my mixtape, Nostalgia, Simple Times MC wish to revisit, he or she wish to revisit. That's coming up next month, June 2nd on that Piff. And I will definitely be promoting that mixtape myself, you know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that. So that's basically an all instrumental mixtape. And like, basically, what was I about to say? Yeah, so the reason why I'm making it all instrumental because I just want people to look at me not only as a rapper but also as a producer too. And so I'm gonna talk more about the project too once it gets near time. So other than that, let's get started with the CD collection stuff. First CD I'm about to review is Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. First studio album, second overall album, 1999 Eternal, released in 1995 on Ruthless Records. Yeah, this is Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, Crazy Bone, Wishbone, Flesh and Bone, Busy Bone, Lazy Bone. You know what you about to get into when you about to listen to the music. Very, very dope album. It's a classic album in hip hop. Has that nice mixture of gangster rap, hardcore, and like smooth out R&B influenced beats. You know what I'm saying? Singles album is known for are First of the Month, East 1999, and The Crossroads. A little trivia about that song, The Crossroads. See, that the version of The Crossroads you guys are most likely like used to, like the bum bum, the one that used like the Isley Brothers sample. That's the remix of it, I believe. And the original version, it has more like a darker beat. If I find that, I'm gonna definitely post a link to that, or I can explain that more once I do a review on this album. Yeah, what else about this? Oh yeah, Buddha Lovers 2. That wasn't a single, but they did a music video for that. I think they did like a music video for that. But anyway, yeah, this is a pretty nice. I love this album. Like Bone Thugs, like 1990s Bone Thugs and early to mid 2000s. That was when they were at their prime. You know what I'm saying? I think like around the later part of the last decade, they was kind of like hit or miss though. Because they were going through some beefs with them within the group. But I'm glad that they're still doing their thing. I believe that they're still doing their thing though. Hey, it is what it is. Other than that, what else? This is actually the group's best-selling album, and the album was actually nominated for a Grammy for Best Rap Album in 1996 Grammy Award, but it lost to Naughty by Nature's Poverty's Paradise. I already talked about the album. I think it was last year or the year before. Yeah, it was one of those years, and I definitely gotta do a review on that album. That album is a fucking masterpiece. This is Bone Thugs-n-Harmony East 1999 Eternal, which is 1995 Must Cop. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Majority of these CDs I got from my dude Kima, aka Sen Young. Shout out to you. Thanks for the hookup, my dude. And that was actually the Bone Thugs one was actually a thrift store purchase. Next album is an Amazon purchase, which I purchased like I think I got this like 3 years ago. And I don't think I talked about this album. In case I did, like, let me know, because I think I briefly talked about it. But this is Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City, released in 2012. This is actually the deluxe edition, and I will get into that in a moment. You know, everybody right now knows who Kendrick Lamar is. He is like a lot of people say he's like the best rapper alive at the moment. You know, Kendrick Lamar has done, Kendrick Lamar has really like stepped his game up, I definitely gotta cop To Pimp a Butterfly, because that album is amazing. And what else about that? But back to this album. This album was released on Top Dog, Aftermath, Interscope Records, 2012. Singles album is known for are The Recipe, Swimming Pools Drink, which was like the song that really got him out there. Cause like when I first that video to Swimming Pools Drink was very, 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 very good video right there. What else? Backseat Freestyle, very dope song. I love that song. I love the beat to that song. Poetic Justice featuring Drake. Oh yeah, The Recipe featuring Dr. Dre too. Poetic Justice featuring Drake. Another nice song to it. Oh yeah, by the way, check out the Busta Rhymes and Q-Tip remix of Poetic Justice. Whew, damn. Very, very dope remix. They both did that song justice. No pun intended. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. Hands down, like, very, very good track right there. Nice little club banger. The remix with Jay-Z. Very good remix with Jay-Z, And he dropped another single from this album, County Building Blues. But that's like that song is you can only get that from iTunes though. Other than that, like the deluxe edition, it comes with 2 discs, and these 2 discs right here, songs like The Recipe, Black Boy Fly, and Now or Never featuring Mary J. Blige. So yeah. Other than that, this is a very dope album. Like, a lot of people, like, this album took a lot of people by surprise too. And I think like this album will go down in history as like one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. I can definitely see this as being classic like 3, 4, 5 years from now too. What else about this album? I love the concept album of too. It's like coming of age concepts, Other than that, if you're a fan of like Kendrick Lamar or like Top Dog Entertainment, you'll definitely love this album. This is Good Kid, Mad City, released in 2012. Next album is I got 2 albums this time. It's Maze featuring Frankie, Beverly. The Greatest Hits and the Greatest Slow Jams. The Greatest Slow Jams was released in 1998, and The Greatest Hits was released in 1989. I normally don't really talk about my compilations that much. I actually got this from Hema himself, but like I might start talking about my compilations though. But definitely, I had to pick these up because this is Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, of course, one of the greatest R&B groups of all time. And like, they have that like nice sound with like soul, jazz fusion, like influence kind of sound, And like, you have classic songs like Before I Let Go, Joy and Pain, Happy Feeling, Golden Time of the Day. And then the slow jams, of course. The slow jams are some of the best work. Like, you got songs like Family, We Are One, Never Let You Down, A Place in My Heart, When You Love Someone. Like, this Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, hands down. I don't really think they really get the credit they deserve at sometimes though. Cause like in terms of like soul funk groups, I kind of feel like they kind of get a little overshadowed by like Ohio Players, Earth, Wind and Fire. And I love those groups like that. But at the same time, these guys, they should really be like on top of everyone's list, you know what I'm saying? But this is Mace featuring Frankie, Beverly compilations, you know. I need to get some of the albums though, but it's kind of hard to find where I live at. So. Next album is one I got from Kima, and this album, I've been looking for this album for years and years and years. It was always online, but I wanted to find it in stores. It's Bobby Brown's Bobby album in 1992, which was released in M.A.A.D Records. You guys should know who Bobby Brown is. You know, he was 1/5 of New Edition. He left the group due to, like, I think he left the group because they were having some inner conflicts and shit like that. And he dropped his first album, I think, in 1986. I think, what was it out? That first album, what was it? King of Stage, yeah. And fast forward to 1988, he dropped Don't Be Cruel, which was big album back in 1988. That album kind of carried him from 88, 89, 1990. And that album, believe it or not, that was actually the best-selling New Jack Swing album. Yeah, that was actually the best-selling New Jack Swing album before Michael Jackson Dangerous, believe it or not. Then fast forward to 1992, he dropped this album. This album, like, you know, has most of the same producers from Don't Be Cruel. And this album is like a more mature album. And still, you still have the New Jack Swing songs, you still have your dance song, but like, one thing I love about it, has like a nice mixture of New Jack Swing, hip hop, soul kind of dance feel to it. And like, Bobby Brown actually had more creative input and control of the album. And he was actually the executive producer. He became the executive producer of it. And singles albums known for are Humping Around, da, 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 da. Yeah, that song, which was actually nominated for, he actually got nominated for a Grammy for that song. Good Enough, I love that song. Getaway, That's the Way Love Is. Something in Common, his first duet with his soon-to-be wife at the time, Whitney Houston, and Two Can Play That Game. Yeah, this is definitely a dope album. I kind of compare this album to Dangerous, Michael Jackson's Dangerous a little, because Teddy Riley, he was producing some for this album too. And I feel like it kind of has that feel Dangerous had. And you know, this is his best album in my opinion. And in my opinion, his last good album. Because like in 1997, when he came out with that Forever album, I heard some of that album, it was not that good. And I think he dropped a new album, I think it was 2012, 2013. I mean, I have not really heard the album yet, but I'm gonna get into the album. Like, it was kind of like off the radar, like low key. He dropped that album low key. But until I hear that album, I still consider this to be his last good album. This is Bobby Brown Bobby 1992. Definitely gotta do a review on this one. The next album is from Kima, Keiko, Matsui, Whisper from the Mirror, released in 2000. I don't even know who this girl is, to be honest. I hate to say it, but like, I know for a fact that she does like smooth jazz and stuff like that. So I'm gonna definitely give this album a listen, and I'm gonna definitely give my thoughts about this album in the future. Keiko, Whisper from a Mirror, 2000. Then we have Michel'le. That was this was Kima, and Keiko was Kima. This is Michel'le with her self-titled debut album, which dropped in 1989 on Ruthless Records. You guys should know who Michel'le is. She's a singer. Like, you guys should know her because she's in this show, that TV One show, R&B Divas. And like, she was like a vocalist for like Ruthless Records, Death Row Records. Like, she was messing with like Dr. Dre and Suge Knight. and she's like known for like her high pitched voice, but like when she sings, like it's like she'll blow you away. But her high pitch, like she has a high pitch for like hi. That's why like I know her from, like, you know what I'm saying. And okay, I didn't hear this album. I heard some of the album though. Singles I was known for are No More Lies, Nice Tea, Keep Watching, Something in My Heart, which is the song that really got me into Michel'le, and If. And you know, she also did a cover of track number 7, Silly Love Song. It's actually a cover of the Enchantment song too. Like, if I could write a silly love song, she covered that song, and she did that song justice, to be honest. Other than that, very good album. I need to listen to this album in whole too. Like, Michel'le, I feel like she should have a much more bigger career, because she only dropped like 2 albums. The other album, 1990, she dropped 1998, Hung Jury. I haven't really heard that album, to be honest with you guys. And yeah, I haven't really heard Hung Jury. But if I do hear it, I'll definitely do a review here on it. And this is one of the albums I'm trying to, and this album right here, I'm going to definitely do a review on this one too. Just gotta like showing out some things. But Michel'le self-titled album, released in 1989. I believe this album is actually out of print too. So if you can find it, go cop. Next album is SWV, Release Some Tension. Another Kima purchase right here for my dude. SWV, you guys should know who they are. Sisters with Voices. Definitely one of the best R&B, female R&B groups of their time, you know. Well, this still dope today. I'm not gonna lie, this still dope as hell today. Yeah. And excuse me. What else went up? They dropped their first album, It's About Time, in 1992. That album was pretty good, but like at the same time, like a lot of fans have called that album like dated, because like it had like a more like New Jack Swing. I mean, there's still some ballads there, but the majority of the songs had like a New Jack Swing feel to it, you know. But it's still a dope album though. Then fast forward to 1994, they dropped like the remixes album, and I believe like they did a remix. They did like some remixes. Like I remember they did like the Right Here Human Nature kind of remix they did with Michael Jackson, and the Anything remix they did with like Raekwon and Ghostface, I believe. I have to look back up on that. In 1996, they dropped what I consider the best album, A New Beginning. That album right there, whew, very, very dope album right there. That album is very underrated. I don't really hear a lot of R&B cats talking about that album, cause like that album, one thing I love about that album is like it like has that smooth R&B sound mixing with the hip hop soul they did, the hip hop soul that was popular too. And you know, believe it or not, that album actually marked the debut of the Neptunes too. So, but that's another story for a different day. But the thing about, I believe that album wasn't even promoted well enough, you know, because yeah, that album was not really promoted that good, from what I read. And what else? And then fast forward to next year, they dropped Release Some Tension. I don't have the front cover of this, but it'll still do. Singles I was known for are Can We, and what else? Can We, Someone, which was, I think, Puff Daddy produced that song. Which Coco, I read that Coco did not like that song. She actually called it a half-ass song. And one of my favorite songs from them, Rain. Yeah. And the thing about this album too, this album has a lot like the bad part about this album is like it has like a lot more guest appearances. And don't get me wrong, I love SWV, but I don't really. I kind of have mixed feelings when the album has way too many guest appearances. Like I feel like it now should have no more than 5 like appearances on the album. That's my opinion though. Unless if you're a producer like Dr. Dre or any of those cats, then that's understandable. That's definitely understandable. But I feel that's just my opinion though. But I'm getting off topic. I hear some of this album and it's actually a pretty solid album. So I definitely gotta listen to this album in full though. So SWV, Release of Attention, 1997.